Welcome back to another episode of the Freelancers Tea Break, the short and sweet podcast you can enjoy whilst you're making a cuppa. Now, I've got a question for you this week. Do you have standard operating procedures in your business? So, if you don't, or if you're like, Emma, what is a standard operating procedure? These are basically the steps you regularly take for different areas of your business. So, onboarding, offboarding, accounts, social media, all these sorts of things. They're the things that you regularly have to do. And having standard operating procedures basically means you've got them all written up and stored in one place. So you can quickly go and follow those steps rather than going, oh my God, I can't remember if I've done all these things. Have I forgotten something? What order have I missed? And having to remember every single time. You write them down, and then past you has done future you a favour because you can just go follow the steps. Plus, if you're planning on building your business or bringing on a VA or anything like that, it's a really great way to share those processes to be able to be like, yep, this is how I do it. Here are the steps. So a few years ago, setting up your standard operating procedures would have involved long written notes. And thankfully, tech has improved quite a bit. There are now 3 tools that I really love for storing and recording standard operating procedures. So the first one is Notion. So this is where I store all of my SOPs. Actually, I store basically everything in my business. It's like a Wikipedia for my business. And you can choose whether you want to store them as like a document or a table, or I have it as a gallery because it makes it really easy for me to go on down, go, okay, podcast, let's open that one and go through all the steps. I also really like that in Notion, you can create these buttons. So if you press that button, it can, for example, add those items to your to-do list or create a new note with those items that you can then add notes into. So there's a lot of things you can do there that automate some of the processes and make it easier. And Notion starts out as free. Like you can pay for more people, but you can absolutely start out free with it. So that's why it's a tool I really recommend for that. Next tool I'm going to mention is Loom. So this is where basically you record what you're doing, and then you can share that with somebody else, and you can add in text. And now Loom have sort of brought in AI, who hasn't. So it will summarize it on the right-hand side as well, and you can share it with the people. You can also add your own voice over it, or you can just leave it without. But it's really good for recording video tutorials and walkthrough guides. I also think the paid version allows you to censor certain parts. So if you are sharing something and you're a bit worried about privacy or information and you don't want it being shared, it allows you to block it out so you can't see it. So that might be a really useful tool for you to try out. Again, the free version does pretty much all you need on a basic level. So it's a great tool on that front. And another tool I love is Scribe. I've only been using it for about 2 years and it's so good. It's like Loom, it's the Chrome extension. I think Loom actually is a standalone one as well. But basically, what you do is, say I'm about to go write a blog post. I can turn on Scribe in my Chrome toolbar, and then I just carry on doing what I'm doing. And what it does is it records every step, and it does it with either screenshots or like even video screenshots, so you can kind of see where the mouse is going or what's happening. And it breaks it down and turns it into a guide for you that you can download as a PDF or embed somewhere. Each step has instructions, like go click on this link, that sort of thing. You can edit that, you can delete bits. So quite often I'll click on the wrong thing. I'll just go into the Scribe at the end and just remove the unneeded step. And it's just really useful for creating a step-by-step guide for that, things like that. So the most recent time I've used that is I was showing someone how to upload an invoice to Access to Work, and I could do it through that, and that was really, really useful. So those are just basically, Notion is the place it stays. Loom is great for video tutorials that I need to have a bit more of a streamlined example. So particularly with things like if I'm showing how to edit something, it's easier to see that in a video than a step-by-step one. But Scribe is so useful for having basic step-by-steps and just having something to get you started. And all of those start from free, so they're all tools that are really accessible. So I'd love to know if there are any tools that you use for your SOPs, or if you're listening to this and going, I really need to write down some SOPs, Start with tasks that every time you come to it, you forget how to do all of it. I would say a good one for that is accounts. Like, what's your SOP for keeping on top of all your accounts? So if you're going to start with one, that's a really good one, but also onboarding is a very good one to explore as well. And if you would like to discuss this further, come join us in the Facebook group or Discord group. Both of them are in the show notes, and we'd love to chat about it because anything geeky, I'm very much on board on. And I know lots of people in the community are as well. So I hope you found this useful. If you try it out and you love it, I do definitely want to hear about that. And I hope you have a wonderful freelance week.